All right. This is going to be the last little bit for tonight. I want to get these guys finished in the color blocking part with the base colors so I can go ahead and get a wash on them tonight, and then they'll be completely dry tomorrow. So I was looking at the skull bats. I'm not going to do the green just yet. I'm going to do that part next, but I was looking at if I needed to touch up anything, and I saw I need a little bit in that socket under there, and I need a little bit of pallid bone in here, but otherwise those guys are pretty much ready to go. The rattle bones, these guys look pretty good even just at this sort of stage 1. So what I'm going to do, oh, I see, can you see the white spot? I need to hit the bottom of his jaw. Did I miss it on the other guy? No, I got it on him. All right, and then the pants, I'm going to do a little purple tone wash over those. And those guys will be pretty much ready to go. Well, ready for the next stage. All right, with these guys, I need to do boots, belts, and weaponry. And this is all still just the basic color blocking stage. So for the boots in the picture, it shows kind of this bluish tone. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some runic gray for that, which is sort of a duller, slightly bluey gray. I think that will emulate that really well. And I can darken that up if I need to. Then for the belts, I'm going to go in with my hardened leather. For some of the gold accents, I'm going to use the sand gulum. For the hilts of the weapons, it looks like they used a black or a dark, so I'm going to go in with some Gravelord Gray. And then the weapons themselves look more stone than metal, so I think what I might do, I think I'll paint the entire weapon Gravelord Gray, and then I'll just highlight the blade part more. So that's them. And then we have our Dread Knights. These guys need the armor finished, belt, weaponry, the little piece at the top here. And then this is the stage that their cloaks have dried at so far. So I'm okay with that. Like this is quite dark here, but I can fix that when I do the detail part. So I need to come underneath. They need to get their belts and boots and things done. And I'm actually okay with that soft tone for the pants and the undertunics. I think it'll be enough of a difference. I'm okay with that. So that's what I'm going to start on. I'm going to finish those. I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll go over the washing. All right, we're getting there. So the color blocking is all done. I have hardened leather on the belts, sand gulum on the pouches. The boots, the runic gray on its own was a little too transparent, so I added just a tiny, tiny bit of cloudburst blue, which is a dull but dark blue. Then I did a little bit of sand gulum in the mouths and finished up. Let's see. So then the sword parts have a base of of Gravelord Gray, and then a little of the Cloudburst Blue on the edges. And I also added just a touch. I had some Slaughter Red out that I mixed with some of the sand gulum, and I put just a little bit of that on the fabric there. So those guys, the color blocking is done. Then on the Dread Knights, I took some of the Runic Gray and Cloudburst Blue, watered that down, and just put a little bit in the eyes on the shield. We have our armor finished and the hardened leather on the belts, and then that same blue on the boots. The cloaks I haven't done anything extra with. I did take a little bit of that Slaughter Red Sand Gullum mix and put that in the feathers in the top. Those are still wet. And then Gravelord Gray with a little of the Cloudburst Blue that was wet on the palette for the swords. Okay, so they just need to dry. Then for the skull bats, I took some of the hardened leather and went over where the bandages are. That's just going to give it a little different color there. And I took the pallid bone that I needed to fill in those couple of spots in the eye sockets. I also touched up a little bit on the wings where I had touched that. So they are ready. And the rattle bones, I don't think I did anything else with these guys. They are just the way they were, so they're all set there. Okay, now this won't take very long to dry. Once it has, these were the last ones I just did, like this is the wettest part. Once that's done, then the armor will look completely different once there's a wash on there. And I'm going to do the washes in a few stages. I have matching color washes to, if it's a brown color, then I'm going to use a brown wash. If it is the metal, I'm going to use dark tone, which is a quick shade. And as soon as these guys are dry, we'll put some of that on there. And then I'm going to leave it to dry overnight. And then tomorrow we'll look at where we start picking out some highlights.